Jesse Hadden, Jessehadden.
Okay, just tell me why you guys are here today.
Well, we're here today to call attention to what happened this past Friday, both here in Portland as well as in Oakland, Olympia, and Seattle, where the FBI rolled out military hardware with federal combat police in order to deliver sealed warrants to activists who've been working for the past several years for social justice. Meanwhile, many activists have been visited at home, at school, at their places of work, even on their favorite jogging paths. It's a blatant campaign of intimidation. These questions were pertaining, in most cases, specifically to May Day, and it very much seems like a misallocation of resources whenever there is genuine crime to be rolling military hardware down the roads for people trying to make this world a better place.
And these activists were organizing events for May Day, is that, just so I have that clear?
In some cases they may have been, others are simply activists who are known to the powers that be.
What does your rally and your march today symbolize?
Today our march symbolizes a couple of things. One is that we believe that our streets are no place for the FBI's weapons of war. We're deeply concerned about what we see happening in this country with military hardware being gifted to local federal police departments. We also want to highlight the fact that we have the right of silence, and we also believe that that right is now becoming a necessity with this level of harassment towards activists. This is something that has a very long history that goes long before Occupy.
Now, is your event today more tailored to, I guess, your sentiment toward the FBI and police, or is it also geared toward May Day? I mean, where does May Day and workers' rights kind of play into this, or is it separate?
It ties into it. Given that the harassment was surrounding May Day organizing, which is something we all here believe in, it ties into that in that sense. But I suppose you would say the real inspiration was what happened Friday.
And you're obviously very passionate about this. What's your overall thought on where we are as a country?
I think that we have lost our way. I think we're going down a very dark path that other countries have gone down before. And I think that this is our last chance.
And there's also a surprise I think we saw on maybe a Facebook page. Can you give us any kind of hint on anything about that?
I'd be surprised if I did.
Yeah. Okay. Can you kind of give us your rundown of what you're planning to do just over the next hour?
Well, we're going to gather here. We're going to create some artwork with signs to highlight what our message is. We're going to talk amongst ourselves as a community about what happened, how we feel about it, and where we go from here. Then march with citizens. Okay.
And your route, will you meet up with the O'Brien Square march later, or is this going to stay separate?
This will be separate, but we're going to be encouraging attendees to head to the O'Brien as well.
And how long will you guys march today? Like a mile, or maybe just around downtown?
I can't say for sure, but sources suggest it's going to be significantly shorter than I expect.
Okay. All right. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, thanks.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.